Hi friends, this is Nitin Soni here, um, and I'm excited to be here with you once again through this video. Well, the topic that I want to quickly talk about in this video that I'm creating for you is books. I want to ask a question to you. Do you read books? Do you read books? Now, now you must be a bit surprised as to why am I asking this question, but this is what I wanted to talk about in this video: books. You know, when I was a student, I was really struggling to clear my exams, and there was one thing that used to trouble me a lot, and it was the course material. It was the pressure. It was the expectations on me from everybody out there, be it my family, my relatives, everybody, and there's so much more. I didn't know how to cope up with that pressure. I had no clue how to remember the huge pile of books and the content and the knowledge that I had to put into my mind to be able to clear the exams that I had to give. Now, uh, one thing came to my rescue. You know, there are a lot of things. There were a lot of things. If I start to talk about all of them one by one, I won't be able to touch upon all of them by the end of this video. There was so much. There's so many things that were going wrong in my life at that time, and I owe all of it to the kind of upbringing that I had, to the kind of limiting beliefs that I was subjected to. So one thing that came to my rescue was books. I consider myself fortunate that a couple of people around me, they 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 told me the importance. They made me realize the importance of reading good books. And now they gave me books to read. They gave me books to read. My friends, I'm really lucky and I'm really fortunate that at different intervals of my life, some amazing souls and some amazing human beings entered my life, and they taught me something that I use still today, and that's really contributing to my success. Whatever I am today is probably because of those individuals who came into my life at different stages. Uh, there were a couple of them who made me realize the importance of reading books, and when I understood that the kind of books that they gave me, when I started reading those books, they had a profound, deep impact on me, on my life, on my thinking, on my soul, on my entire existence. And I started to realize that there's a completely, an entire world out there in the form of books, knowledge out there in the form of books that we can grasp, that we can get, that we can acquire. And when I started reading books, I became a bookworm at one point in time in my life. Well, I was a student. I was still a student at that time. But on the other hand, I had this inclination towards reading at least a couple of books every week. Now, some of you might be thinking that that's not right. Ideally, one as a student, one must be focusing and concentrating on going through the course books. I completely agree. No denying this fact, but uh, even if you're studying your course books, even if you are preparing for your exams, even if you're focusing on something else, even if you have a pile of course books that you need to go through, I would still highly recommend and suggest that you've got to pick up a book or two, and something, a non-fiction book, something that adds more to your thinking, something that makes you realize your potential, something that makes you realize this how can you be more, how can you get more, how can you achieve more, how can you get more out of your life, how you can tap onto your potential, how can you be more, how can you get more out of life. There's so many things that you and I are unaware of. There's so many things out there in the world, and we are really lucky and we are really fortunate that people who achieve some things in their life, they think about poor souls like us, and they go ahead and share their knowledge in the form of books. Now look at that. You and I have access to knowledge, unbelievable, incredible amount of knowledge through books. All we have to do to get a a brain of a Sachin Tendulkar, or a brain of a Mahatma Gandhi, is to just to go ahead and pick up a book written by these individuals and read it. Look at that. I mean, If you read biographies, you get to understand the difficulties that these individuals have faced, and how they've conquered them. It gives you inspiration, profound inspiration, deep inspiration, so that the things that are stopping you in your life to achieve your goals, they seem petty in front of what you realize that a lot of people have gone through in their life and still come out as winners. So biographies is definitely something that I would highly recommend it to go ahead and read. Non-fiction, I'm a big time fan of non-fiction books. I love reading non-fiction, self-help. The more you learn, the better it is, because you human beings are designed in such a way, they're incredible creatures. You and I have no idea what we are capable of achieving in our lives, and we need examples, we need inspiration to be able to understand our own potential. And there's no better way than to read a book. There's no better way. Go ahead, read books, spare time to read books. When I fell in love with books, and when I started piling up and buying books after, I have thousands of books in my library at home. Will you believe it? I have thousands of books in my library at home. And sometimes, yeah, this is funny. I don't read all of them. I mean, it's not that you got to buy a book and you got to read it. No, sometimes you buy a book, you go through it, just a couple of chapters, and you feel that you're done. That's exactly why you purchase the book, and you don't really read it page by page, word to word. It's just, even if you get one concept out of a book, even if it's just one thought, even if it's just one idea that you get out of a book, it can make your life. It can change your life. That's exactly what happened with me when I was reading these books, and one idea from one book. That's all I wanted. That's all I always look for in a book, and I think I've always received more from a book than what I've invested into it. Be it my time, be it my money, be it my energy. I've always received way more than what I've invested in the book. I would highly encourage that you read books. If you want some suggestions, I would be very happy to give suggestions to you. So what I was basically sharing with you was, when I realized that I'm a huge fan of books and I love books. The one thing that I decided, one thing that I felt in my heart was that I should help writers write books, that I should help the entire ecosystem by bringing in more knowledge in the form of books in the market. And I became a publisher, and I founded this company, Adyan Books, which is doing really well. We are working with some of the finest names in India, finest authors, be it fiction and non-fiction. Non-fiction being a real forte, because that's what I am. I'm a hardcore non-fiction guy. So yeah, books has been my life. Books are me. I am books. And one suggestion that I also write. Yeah, so I also became an author myself, because yeah, I mean, books is all it takes to just transform your life. One book, good book, is all it takes to transform your life. Go ahead, read books. Go to Amazon. You and I are so lucky that we are living in this age where we have companies like Amazon, Flipkarts working for us in the sense that they are we can simply just go ahead and place the order for a book that we want to read through our mobile phones, and it's going to be delivered at your doorstep. What else can we ask for? We are living in such fantastic times. My God, there's no way that you should miss out on reading good books. You must read good books. And if you do let me know in comments as to what sort of books do you read? What was the last book that you read? And which one book would you like to recommend that you would want me to read? And if in case you want my suggestions, I would be very happy to share my the books that are there in my library, the kind of books that we have published, the kind of books that I read myself, the kind of books that I plan to write. There's so much more. So yeah, this is one thing that I really wanted to talk to you about. Books. It doesn't matter if you're a student, it doesn't matter if you are a businessman, it doesn't matter if you're an employee, if you're a professional. No matter who you are, you've got to read books. Yeah? Alright then, that's all what I wanted to share with you in this video. All the best, and I'm looking forward to your comments. See you next time. Goodbye.